All right, so one day a goat walks into the room, and this person says to the goat, "Hey there, little goat. Are you a good goat or a bad goat?" And the goat answers, "Bad." Why did the chicken cross the road? Because I came home from work and there was a stray dog walking around with its head down. So I walked up to the dog and I said, "Hey, little guy, how's your day going?" And he answered, "Rough." So I was shopping at the grocery store and I was blocking the aisle with my cart. And then a cow came walking down the aisle and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, am I blocking you?" And she answered, "Move." So the other day, I came home from the clothing store with a new shirt, but the tag in the back was really itchy and I couldn't reach it to pull it off. So I asked my pet frog for some help. I said, "Hey, can you pull this tag off the back of my shirt?" And he said, "Rip it." So I came home to the farm and the barn door was left open and all the animals got out. There was just an owl sitting on top of the barn. So I said to the owl, "Hey, do you know who let all the animals out?" And he said to me, "Who?" So early one Saturday morning, I heard a bunch of noise outside my house. So I looked out the window and I saw police everywhere. So I put on my bathrobe and I stepped outside to see what all the commotion was about. And it was actually for my neighbors. My police were raiding my neighbor's house and they were taking away all their pet ducks in cages. And I said, "Officer, what's going on here?" And the officer says, "Oh, your neighbor has been using these messenger ducks to transport drugs back and forth." And I'm like, "Drugs? What kind of drugs?" And the duck looks up at me and says, "Crack." So one day, I came back from the farm and I had bought a bunch of little baby chickens. As I was walking up to my porch, I saw my neighbor leaving his house. And I was like, "Hey dude, what's up? What's going on?" He's like, "Nothing, man. I'm about to go on a date right now." I'm like, "Oh, really? Where you going?" He said, "Well, I'm going to take her to the coffee shop." I was like, "Oh, the coffee shop, really?" And I said, "Why the coffee shop?" And he's like, "Well, I got a coupon for $1 off." And then all the chicks in my hand started making noise. They started going, "Cheap, cheap, cheap, cheap." What sound does a cow make? Moo. What sound does a moose make? Moose. What sound does a dog make? Woof, woof. What sound does a cat make? Meow. What sound does a whale make?